What's up, YouTube? And it's your boy Debo with Debo's Film Reviews. And this week, I'm gonna bring you The Last American Hero, starring Jeff Bridges, Ned Beatty, and Gary Busey. Now, there's gonna be a main part of it is that Last American Hero is based on the life of NASCAR legend Junior Johnson, from his early years as a shine runner to the NASCAR pro he was known for today. A few aspects I should mention. Though it's considered a biopic, it's very loosely based. Though the real Johnson was a technical consultant in the movie, which surprisingly, yeah, few aspects of it wrong is the fact that the movie, you tell, I could say it's most inaccurate of biopics. For one thing, Jeff Bridges, who plays in the main character Junior Johnson, is technically in the movie known as Junior Jackson. Therefore, in the movie, he's playing Junior Jackson, not Junior Johnson. Which I can say for a B movie, it was kind of, although considered a masterpiece. I could look the other way. The remake, Hollywood. Any word of advice as a NASCAR fan and a movie buff? Next time y'all remake this, do it right. But overall, Last American Hero is a lit masterpiece. I mean, come on. It's got car chases, a soundtrack, but especially with a breakout hit, and which was one of the final hits of Jim Croce, who later died in a plane crash in 1973, which the year the movie was made. And one of the first performances of both Bridges and Busey. Gary Busey, that is. But as a whole, it's a whole epic masterpiece. I mean, come on. I mean, it's basically, beginning you get Bridges' character, Jackson, just doing a moonshine run in an old '67 Mustang, which I could say was definitely another inaccuracy, because Junior Johnson's career started from like the late 1950 to '66 as a race driver, which meant he pretty much just preferred a '40 Ford Coupe over a Mustang, which obviously wasn't invented yet. Not bad. I mean, at least it delivered on the car action, which when it comes to racing movies, that's the only thing to do right. If you got to do one thing right, that's about the one thing to go for. And also got to give a good shout outs to Ned Beatty and William Smith. Ned Beatty, who played a track promoter of a dirt track and demo derby arena, and Valerie Perrine as love interest to Junior Jackson. And should I mention William Smith? No, I am not talking about the old Fresh Prince. That Will Smith. I'm talking about older white guy with a rough voice. I mean, from anybody who watched TV in the '70s, '80s, or hell, '90s, there you go. You'd probably remember him as old gruff-voiced a-hole. But he did a good, excellent job in this movie as Kyle Kingman, who was surprisingly based on Richard Petty, because in the final scene at the North Wilkesboro Speedway, which was the final win of the home track and final win of the real Junior Johnson, was held at. The tell that why Route played was in the Petty car, the old 43 STP, while Bridges was in real life was a car owned by Junior Johnson, but driven by Bobby Allison throughout the movie. And I got to mention a few aspects of, if I hadn't mentioned already, about one inaccuracy is how throughout the movie, Junior Jackson takes on racing as a more legitimate way to raise money to get his dad out of jail, who was caught for moonshining. When in real life, Junior was locked up in 55 and did 11 months of a 2-year sentence, which I can say, old Junior Johnson, that was one of the original badasses of NASCAR. And I should also mention of one of the most messed up scenes is in one of the races. Had a cameo by Ned Jarrett, which they had the nerve to overdub. I mean, come on, you just gonna put Ned Jarrett in your movie, don't overdub him. The man, anybody who watched the race in the early 80s and 80s through the 90s can tell you that man's the white Morgan Freeman when it comes to race commentary. I mean, one of the greatest NASCAR drivers and commentators of all time. Overall, that's about much another flaw with the movie, and one of the biggest ones. But it delivered on the car action, like that one scene where he's in a old pickup truck doing a shine run and a little tank, and gets a smoky on his tail, pulls a little doohickey out, and lets a trail of shine go all over the road, and just have the smoke and pull over when he's out to have the Smokey come up and talk to him, and he's going like, "Ha ha, you got no case, Smokey." Woo-wee. And the demo derby scene. Now that's got to be some more epic car action out of that one, especially what old Jackson's character old Bridges has a little doohickey. It's hard to do like a push bar and be like win a demo derby, which that's something to do because if you like stock car racing, you gotta like demo derbies too. I mean, yeah, I meant forget baseball. Stock car racing has got to be the most American pastime. Since World War II. Which, out of Last American Hero, though flawed, I give it a 5 out of 5. It's a epic masterpiece and one of the most underrated movies of the 70s. I mean, anybody, if you like movies from the 70s, or if you're just a Jeff Bridges fan, this is one of the most quintessential pieces. And it's a shame that they don't mention it in top 10 list. I'm looking at you, Macho Mojo, and other ones. But overall, got Last American Hero, an epic masterpiece. I mean, it's a must watch. Like I just said, a must watch for anybody who's a fan of NASCAR or Jeff Bridges. Gotta admit, and also good performance to Gary Busey as Junior Jackson's brother Wayne, and a few moral ones of like when Jackson Bondsville was fired to get out of race, when he gets out of jail, shows him old moonshine still and knew where shine still set up, and he's like, oof. And he's like, boys, no more. Which makes Jackson bite the bullet and drive for a big time sponsor team, which in the movie was where he was into Bobby Allison, or I would refer to as the Bobby Allison car. And, of course, some epic scenes at the beginning where we're back on a shine run. He whips out a fake siren and pisses off those revenuers. Look, overall, a 5 out of 5. Enjoy, people.